What's up,
It's
Doug?
another now played in your PJs. I'm Doug Lazy. This right here is the guy who sings the song you can't get enough of, Ghost Town. It's all over now, 100.5. Benson, Boone, what's going on, man?
Dude, not much. Just chilling here in LA. How are you doing?
I love it. So, have you been here to Sacramento before?
I have not actually. No.
Okay, so that's something that we definitely got to get going on in 2022. It's a new year. We got to get you here in some capacity, right?
Oh, that's right.
I love it, man. All right, so if you look familiar, you might be one of his millions of TikTok followers. You were also on like a little TV show, or tell me about this, Benson.
Little American Idol action.
Yeah. And you did pretty well. You got through the auditions, and like Katy Perry said, like you have what it takes to go all the way through. Tell us what happened because people were watching the show. People were like, "Yeah, Benson's my guy. He's gonna take it through." And then where did Benson go?
I know. I know. I feel like I let so many people down, but the reasoning behind that, I was in the competition, and I'm with so many people that have been working for this their whole lives, and I realized I really don't know what kind of artist I want to be or what kind of music I wanted to sing. There were a lot of things I was unsure about. So I figured I would either be the kid that's known from American Idol or the kid that quits and makes a reputation for himself with his own music. And so I chose to do that, and I think it's working pretty well so far.
I think so, brother. What did that teach you about yourself? I mean, because you have Katy Perry saying that you could literally win, be the next American Idol. You have what it takes to go through this, and you followed your gut. You believed in yourself. You gambled on yourself. What did
Yeah.
that teach you just in life, man?
Well, like before that, kind of my whole life, I've always been a kid that just goes for what's right in front of him. And that was like the first time I've stepped back, listened to my mom, and went into the future to just see kind of how things would turn out. And so for me, like, I think what I learned is just it's always good to remember that your path is your path, no matter who tells you what to do or what seems best. Like, you know what's best for yourself, and you always go with your gut. And I did, and it turned out like to be the best decision I've ever made.
I love it, man. That's such an amazing story. Now, you didn't even realize you had this voice until pretty much like right before COVID began, right? Because we're listening to you, we're like, this guy, he's been singing like this for a million years. You're only 19, but his whole life he's been singing like he came out of the womb singing like an angel. But you only recently kind of just discovered this voice.
Yeah, so American Idol was last year, and while I was on, I had only been singing for a year, meaning I had only known I could sing for a year. So it was literally like I have known I could sing for 2 years now.
And how did that start? Like, how did you discover your voice?
Yeah, so senior year of high school, I played a little bit of piano just because my sisters took lessons. We had a piano at home, and I would play around with it. But my best friend asked me if I wanted to play the piano for his Battle of the Bands competition, and I agreed. And I was super excited. I was just gonna play the piano, easy. And it was me, him, and a singer. And the singer actually ended up backing out last second because she got sick. So it was just left up to me and my friend Eric, and we could either quit or I would sing and we would just continue on. And so we did one practice, and I tried singing, and it was like, it was all right. But the performance the next day was like, it clicked. I mean, we were the last band to perform. Everyone was waiting. Like, I'm sure everyone was probably tired and wanted to go home, and we performed, and it was like crazy. Like, I didn't even know I could sing. My parents were there. They didn't know I could sing. My school didn't know I could sing. It was like the most eye-opening day of my life.
Dude, that's like a movie.
It literally like a Disney movie. It was so crazy.
Right.
And just like the whole week, like the week after, my buddies at school would be like, dude, you could totally get any girl at school. Just like sing for them or something. It's like, it was like so crazy. It was just a bizarre experience.
I love it, man. That is so awesome. So you never know when creativity is going to strike. Your song Ghost Town, you actually, I heard a rumor that you started writing it, started doing the melodies in the back of an Uber.
Yeah. Yeah. I was on my way to my first session ever in LA. And I was a little nervous and didn't know exactly what to expect. But while I was in the Uber, the melody of Ghost Town popped into my head, and I was like, okay, we could work with that. So I just pulled out my phone and hummed it into my phone, and yeah, it ended up being my first song, which is Ghost Town.
Can you imagine like your Uber driver, that guy who was driving you that day? He's like driving around today, and he's like hearing the song on the radio, and he's like, "Why does that sound so familiar?"
I know,
Dude, that's awesome. You
it was.
never know where's like the weirdest place you've ever been, aside from the Uber, where that creativity struck you like, oh, that's a great idea for a song.
It's like ever since then, it happens all the time now. Where like I'll literally be like walking in the street, or again in an Uber, or like at a wedding, or just with my friends, and I'll think of something. I'll be like, oh, I have to write that down. Like I can't forget that. And so literally, like there was one time I literally did it during a wedding, and it was actually last month. I was at one of my friends' weddings, and like the ceremony's going on, and I sit there and I have an idea, and I'm like, oh please, no, not right now. But I mean, like you have to record it every time.
Yeah,
You have to. So
that's awesome.
yeah, that's probably the
What
weirdest one.
I love it. What in your words is your song Ghost Town? What in your words is it about?
Really, like with all like putting my friend's toxic relationship aside, all of that, what it means the most to me is Ghost Town is a song of maturity. It's a mature love song, and it's kind of about me developing my emotional maturity, because I was in the middle of starting to live on my own and moving away from my childhood and my friends and family, and pursuing something I have never even thought of doing. And so to me, like Ghost Town is just personal for like developing my maturity. That's kind of what it is for me.
I know, because so many people are taking, what they want the song to mean to them. So, and it's so special to a lot of people. A lot of people, when they call us and request it, when they text us and request it, have like their own emotional attachment to the song. You know what I mean? So that's cool to hear what it actually like means to you in your words. So thank you, brother. What you're huge on TikTok, man. You have like I think over 2 million followers, right, on TikTok.
Yeah.
What do you think makes a good TikTok video?
Honestly, I think people just want to be captured. Like people are swiping all day, and they swipe and they swipe and they swipe, and all they want to see one is something that will either make them laugh or that is just going to blow their mind. And so the only way to do that is just by like doing something crazy different every time. So like if people were to be scrolling through my videos, I don't want them to see like me doing the same thing every single time. Where like in Ghost Town, I like had a trend going, and I did do that, but it's because it was my song and I was just making a trend. But like regardless, I just think a good video is just you doing something that is so unexpected that people are just drawn in. That's the best.
Gotcha. Who are some of your favorites on TikTok?
Two, Markel Washington and Noah Beck, and those two I know personally, and they're just both the funniest people, and their videos are always different. So those two I will always support.
Gotcha. All right. If you had to answer this question, it's a multiple choice.
All right.
Choose one. Single in a relationship is complicated. I got to ask for your fans, Benson.
Single in a relationship, it's complicated. That's a
deep breath.
That's a really big question to be asking me. Okay. So single, which is A, in a relationship is B, and C is complicated.
Yep.
It's B.
Okay. Are you comfortable talking about it, or?
I normally would, but this one, like obviously I'm running out of things in my life that are kept to myself, and this one I would just like to keep to myself.
We respect you, brother. No worries. So I wanted to ask you, if say there was no singing in the world, there was no TikTok in the world, it would be a sad world. But what would Benson Boone be doing if he wasn't on TikTok, if he wasn't singing?
I was actually going to college last year, before the show started, and I was studying architecture and interior design, and I thought that was what I was gonna do. I mean, I was posting videos, but that was like on the side. I didn't even think about that. So if TikTok and singing wasn't a thing for me, I would probably be finishing college, and then I would start my private home building company and build some sick mansions for really crazy rich people.
I love it, man. What's the funniest meme you've ever seen about yourself?
I think it was definitely when I was teasing Ghost Town and people were making memes about like me not releasing Ghost Town. Um, I can't say any specific ones because my mind is running blank right now. But there were so many that made me laugh so hard about me just teasing it and not releasing it, or like people wanting me to release it. I love when people do that. I think it's the funniest thing. So if anyone here is listening, I have a new song coming out, Room for Two. Please go make a meme about it.
I love it, man. What's your biggest pet peeve? You seem like such a positive person. There's got to be something that really just like bothers you that people do.
That's fair. I think everyone should have a pet peeve for sure. And mine is definitely just when people are fake. Like I I'm sure a lot of people are annoyed by it, but like I cannot stand it. It is so annoying to me just when people have a purpose for talking to you, like they just want something instead of just a genuine conversation. Like it's so annoying. It really is.
I love it, man. What's the weirdest thing a fan has ever done to meet you?
Dude, okay, so I went to Europe on a little promo tour last month, and it was like coolest experience of my life. But there were these two chicks, okay? I have no idea how they knew where I was. I have no idea how they tracked me. Like the whole day. We were in Helsinki, Finland. It's like -10 degrees. And they followed me the entire day. And they would come up to me. I don't know how they knew where I was, but they would come up to me with their videos going. They would just show me in their video, and then they would just hug me. And it was like they did that every time, like 5 times the same day. It was so weird and crazy. I was like, I didn't know whether to be scared or honored. I was like, wow.
Right. I was gonna ask, stalker or awesome.
I don't know. Like I don't even know. I don't know.
What's your go-to karaoke song, man?
Stay With Me by Sam Smith for sure.
Oh, are you gonna give us a little?
Oh.
Put you on the spot. You're not warmed up. I know, but
You're putting me on the spot here. Oh gosh. Come on. Okay. All right. You really want me to? Just a little
yeah,
bit?
please.
Okay, here we go. Oh, won't you stay with me? 'Cause you're all I need. Boom, there we go.
Yeah, you would win a karaoke contest here in Sacramento, man. You're good.
Thank you.
What's next for Benson Boone, man? What's coming up in 2022?
Room for Two. I got a song coming out. Like we're still figuring out the logistics, but like middle of February, and it is like unlike Ghost Town, it is an upbeat and a happy song for once. So I'm really excited for this one. Like it is very like one of my favorite songs I've ever written. So I think it's gonna be great.
I love it. So if you're one of the few people who's not following you yet on social media, how do we get a hold of you, man?
Dude, Instagram or TikTok is like the best way. That's where I put out my personality. So if you want to get to know me, just watch a couple videos and I'm sure you'll have an idea of what I'm like.
And you're at Benson Boone, right?
Yeah, Benson Boone.
Perfect. What do you want to tell your #1 fans here in Sacramento, Benson?
I live for you guys. Everything I'm doing right now, my music I'm putting out is all for you. So 100 times thank you, and I love you all. Thank you so much.
Dude, thank you so much for hanging out with us, brother. We can't wait to get you here.
Dude, thank you so much. I will have to stop by Sacramento ASAP.